AVC, it is War God 63 here, Kevin. I have part 3 of my new wave of traditional heavy metal bands that fall into that category, bands from the last 20 years to the present that I feel are in this resurgence of traditional heavy metal. Kind of goes back to bands that were in the new wave of British heavy metal. That's similar style and sound, so these bands kind of surfaced from back in early 2000s to the present, and a lot of good bands out there. So this is part 3, and I'm going to start off with 2 albums from this band. The singer is in a band that I'll show you a little bit later in my new wave of British heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal. In this particular video, it is in this one, but on vinyl, Ancient Empire, Eternal Soldier. Very good album. There are a couple of the Ancient Empires. I believe Ancient Empire has 5 albums out. All are great. Gary Neff on drums. I know Gary personally through online chats and interviews, so this is the first one here. And I also have this one, which is Ancient Empire of the Tower. Very good band, like I say. Of course it is black vinyl. This one came out in 2017 on originally on Stormspell Records. They only put them out on CD, that company did, and then Underground Power kind of wanted to do the vinyls, and they have done 2. I showed you one just briefly before this one. This one is a limited edition 350. I got number 163, but some great stuff. Definitely traditional heavy metal from this band, and if you ever come across any of this, definitely pick it up. I'm sure Cloudy Milder, Bev would love this stuff. I think Darcy would love this stuff too. So check it out, Ancient Empire. Up next, this band just released a new album. This isn't the one though. This album was released on Dying Victims Records, and the band is called The Night Eternal. 3 tracks on this album. At 45 RPMs this plays at. There's the pictures of the band. The lyrics, liner notes. Probably more of an EP since it only has 3 songs and it is black vinyl. Check them out. Like I say, they just released a new album. You can go over to the Laser's Edge, pick it up. Up next is a band called Battle Axe. This was put out originally through Heaven and Hell Records. This was put out on vinyl by Underground Power Records, and Battle Axe, when we're on the attack. Again, this is limited. I got number 25 of 300, put out in 2017. inner with pictures of the band. Actually, this was put out in 1985, but remastered in 2017. So it is an older band, but they still retain that old school heavy sound. So I put them in this newer resurgence. Black vinyl, well, actually blue vinyl. So anyway, an older band, but still a good band. They're out of Wisconsin. Here's a band out of Vancouver, BC, Canada. This is on Bad Omen Records. This band is a little bit more darker, on the darker side lyrically. It's still in that traditional heavy metal mode vibe. The band is called Spell, and this is Opulent Decay. So it is Vancouver Spell releases their long-awaited third album, pushing the boundaries of heavy metal and classic progressive rock. So, you know, it's a little bit of everything. The monumental album establishes the trio as one of Canada's best and most interesting recent heavy metal acts. It's pressed on 180 gram vinyl. So, Spell. And then I also have, well, up next is the 2021 release of US band Bewitcher and Cursed Be Thy Kingdom. I think this is put out by Century Media. I would call this more blackened traditional heavy metal vocally, but some good stuff here. And then I have their self-titled one. This is put out by Riding Easy Records. Black vinyl. So anyway, some Bewitcher. Up next, a couple albums from this band I came across, God, I want to say about a year and a half ago. 2 years ago maybe? Yeah, about two and a half, 2 years ago, somewhere in there. But this band is out of the UK, and I know Cloudy Milder, Andy knows this band. I've seen, he's showed this. This is on the High Rollers Records, and this is a band called Skyrider, and their album called Volume 1. Came out in 2019. Good stuff. Definitely traditional heavy metal. Got pictures of the band here. Members of the band. Liner notes, lyrics. And this is on black vinyl. If you like Seven Witches, Toledo Steel, bands like that. You'll like Skyrider, Volume 1. Then I have Skyrider Volume 2, 5 tracks. I'll say this came out in 2020. So, killer stuff from these guys out of the UK. Up next, I want to give a big shout out to Bev Clarkovision. She actually helped me get this album, and this is independently released by the band. Now, these guys are not really, in the true sense, a traditional heavy metal band, but they border right on that aspect. But these guys are more hard rock in nature, but like I say, they border right on the traditional metal. And thanks to Bev, she forwarded me the money to pick the album up. All I had to do was pay for the shipping, and I thank you, Bev. The band is called Fury. And the grand prize, of course, they have a new one coming out, I believe, in February, which I have already pre-ordered, so that is coming for sure. But it is a bit spendy. Of course, this is a gatefold edition. 2021 this came out. I'll just show you the one. It's a double album set. Just black vinyl. So, if you don't know who Bev is, I'll leave a link below for her YouTube channel, but Fury. Thank you, Bev. This is a band, I believe these guys are out of Chicago. And they are on Pitch Black Records. There's only 100 of these that they pressed. I have number 86. And this band is called Sinsid with Enter the Gates. You could say a number 86 down here. But some great traditional heavy metal. Here is pictures of the band. Now these guys might be out of I'm not sure where they're out of. I thought they were out of the US. But they might be out of Finland. So, you know, that's the liners, pictures of the band. It is on orange vinyl. May look pink to you over there, but it's orange. Great album. This is a 2020 release. I think these guys are working on some new material right now. Some Sinsid, Enter the Gates. Up next, this is a band that I came across earlier this summer. They are the true essence of new wave of traditional heavy metal. I actually ordered 3 of these, so I gave 2 away. I think Scott Waters got one, and Steve Bodin has another one I sent to him as well. But I had to order these from overseas from the band. And the band is called Viper. Self-titled album. But some great stuff from these guys. These guys are from Sweden. This is on black vinyl. So fantastic stuff from these guys. I'm not sure how many of these albums were pressed, but really haven't seen anybody show this band before, so good stuff here. Up next, a couple albums from a UK band I really love. I'm looking forward to picking up their latest album. I haven't not yet, but I do have this one here, Seven Sisters, the Cauldron, and the Cross. Real heavy 180 gram vinyl. It is a double album set. This was put out by Back on Black Records, so this originally came out in 2018. Of course, it is black vinyl. Great band. They get better with each release. I know Cloudy Milder is really high on this group. And so, yeah, they are very, very good. Definitely keep that traditional heavy metal sound in their music they play. And this was before their new one that just came out. This is more of, I think this is more of demo stuff they did in the past. And this is called Echoes of a Distant Time. Stuff from like 2014, 2015. It only has 6 tracks. The first 4 are the Warden demo tapes from 2014, and side B is Lost in Time 7-inch A and B tracks. But anyway, here's a collage of pictures of the band, the lyrics. It is on 180 gram vinyl, very heavy black vinyl. Oh yeah, some Seven Sisters. Up next, band out of Canada. This is their debut album. They do have that traditional metal sound, but they also harken back to the 70s sound as well. So they kind of incorporate the traditional metal sound with some 70s flavor, and here you get more Canadian heavy rock, but here's a little description. Freeway's debut album length combines sounds of the 70s giants like UFO, Thin Lizzy, April Wine, with unsung heroes and of the new wave of British heavy metal and pub rock eras. 7 catchy tracks. Anyway, Freeway's True Bearings. I do believe these guys are working on some new material right now, but anyway, here's the front. This is put out by Temple of Mystery Records out of Canada. They recently put out 2 7-inch through the same label, which were kind of limited, and I don't think you can actually get them anymore. At least you can in the green color, I know that, on the 7-inch. You might be able to get the black, but anyway, here's Freeways. Here's a band out of Germany. I believe this is their second release on Gates of Hell Records. The band is called Torpedo and Mechanic Tyrants. Good stuff here. So yeah, great stuff. It's on black vinyl. So, Torpedo. Here's a band I came across earlier this summer. Just a great band. This band, I believe these guys are out of Italy, if I'm not... Italy, Germany? Anyway, I can't remember. The band is called Gamora and Divine Judgment. Just a fantastic album. I mean, this is great stuff. This was released in 2020. Definitely great stuff. Of course, it's on black vinyl. But definitely, I don't think I've ever seen anybody show this before, Gamora. So, Divine Judgment. A US band here, 2 albums out. Their first one is a cult classic already. I believe these guys are out of Texas, but the band is Eternal Champion, and their first album is called the Armor of Ire. Huge praise for this album when it first came out, and still gets high praise today. It's on No Remorse Records. Originally in 2016, but No Remorse put it out in 2019. Black vinyl. So, Eternal Champion. Love the artwork. And then their latest release. This one was actually real hard to get for me anyway. There was a pre-order. I think Bev had ordered, I think it was Bev, had ordered this, and it was supposed to come out on red vinyl. I don't know if she ever got it. I think it was, Bev, if it wasn't you, I apologize. But anyway, their second release from Eternal Champion is called Ravening Iron. This came out in 2020. So, just some great stuff from these guys. Up next, this is a band and an album I came across through a YouTube recommendation. Of course, I buy a lot of bands through YouTube. This band is out of Washington State, but it's hard to get their material in the U.S. I had to go overseas to get this. This is a band that's called Greyhawk and Keepers of the Flame. This is on Fighter Records out of Italy and or Spain, excuse me. 2020. There's the back. There's the front. It is a kind of a splatter. Got orange, red, yellow. Just a mixture of every color almost of the rainbow. But this is a fantastic album too. This was in my list last year. But anyway, here's some Greyhawk, Keepers of the Flame. Came across this band I think last year, and this kind of has a little more thrashiness to it, but still a good band. 200 exists. I got number 174 out of 200. This band is called Power Game and the Lockdown Tapes. There's the inner with liner notes, lyrics. It's on black vinyl. So yeah, some good stuff from Power Game. Up next, a band on the Listenable Records. I believe these guys are out of Sweden. This came out... Where did this come out? Not positive. But the band is called Night Viper and the album is called Exterminator. Ten tracks. Listenable Records, they have a really good label with a lot of these traditional bands on them. So, anyway, Night Viper. Of course, I have to include this band in the new wave of traditional heavy metal. I remember the first time I ever heard them, it was on their first album, can't think of it. Anyway, this is I think this is their fourth release, talking about Haunt and Burst into Flames. This is kind of a red splatter, black splatter vinyl. I believe this is their third. But Trevor Church, of course, a lot of these are being reissued under his label. This one was through Shadow Kingdom. I think after this, they went to his own label. Yeah, it's kind of a black, orange, red splatter. But I absolutely love Haunt. I own everything and anything I could ever find from the band. Let's see here. Go in there. There it is. But I've had I've had 5 copies of this particular cover. I think I got 3 left. I've been trying to send to friends. I know I sent one to Adrian over in Ireland. So glad he got one. A few more here, guys. So this band was part of... The singer of this band is also in the Ancient Empire, and this band I've interviewed 3 times. Great band, definitely great traditional heavy metal. I'm talking about Shadow Killer and Guardians of the Flame. Great stuff. Let's see here. Anyway. But this one is, I don't know if you can see it, it is red. I'm not going to take it out, but this is the red one. Same one. This one here is the blue one. I don't know if you can see it right down through here. The blue one. And then the third one is, this one here is, actually, it's Guardians of the Temple, excuse me. But this one is black vinyl. Came out in 2018. Here's the back. Metal Warrior Records. I'm hoping their latest one comes out on vinyl as well. But they were on Pure Steel Records at one time. But anyway, some Shadow Killer. Last one here of what I do 25. This is a band, and I believe this is their latest album. These guys are on Ripple Music. The band is called Void Vader. And Great Fear Rising, riffs, hooks, and leads. I believe this is their 3rd album. They are out of the US. I believe these guys are out of California. But fantastic stuff. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that is part 3 of my new wave of traditional heavy metal that I have in my collection. Like I say, I'm doing the albums first, and then I'm going to do the CDs. If you got any comments, leave them below. So, anyway, take care, and as I'll say, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal.